Beehiiv newsletter tutorial and review. In this video, we're going to be talking about Beehiiv and how you can use this incredible platform to create any type of newsletter that you want to go with. Now, newsletters are the new way to basically build your platform and get growth because you send newsletters out to different types of leads and different types of clientele. So, you can pretty much work with them. Now, if you want to go ahead and create proper newsletters for yourself, on a free platform that allows you a 30-day free trial without credit card and, create something good, then this is the platform for you, beehiiv.com. Okay. So once we come over to beehiiv.com, what you're going to want to do over here is you can scroll down and check all the things they provide you. So first of all, create with the most powerful editing and designs tools in email. So it's a writing experience unlike anything that you've ever experienced before. You can publish and launch the next iconic media brand in absolute minutes with no code needed ever. Okay. It gives you different types of world-class templates with newsletters and websites, just like with the pros. Then moving on, you can also grow using the same suite of tools used by the world's largest newsletters. So it's pretty effective. You can also monetize yourself like you have a full sales and revenue will be available with your team and staff. Okay. It's pretty incredible and pretty cool stuff to have for yourself when you're working with a platform like this. So to start things off, what we're going to do is we're going to click on Get Started right over here. And once we click on Get Started, it gives us this. So it has 4 plans. It has the launch plan, which is $0. Okay. You get a custom website, custom newsletters, campaign analytics, unlimited email sends, up to 3 publications, recommendation network, optimized deliverability, subscriber tagging, and a lot more. Then we have Scale, which is $39 per month for up to 1,000 subscribers. But obviously, as you go above in subscribers, the price will increase. And then we have Max, which is obviously the best for its value, which is $99 per month. And it has all of these, including the removing Beehiiv branding, newsletter XP course. Up to 10 publications are available and you get prioritized support as well. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead with this, which is the launch plan. And once we go over from here, it brings us to the sign up. So it says, let's get started with launch. So first of all, you're going to add in your first name and last name. So I'm going to add that right over here. Okay. Now, once you've added those details, it's going to ask for your email. So I'm going to be using a temp mail for myself. Now, you don't necessarily have to go through with this step. I'm only using a temp mail because I'm showing you an example. Don't use a temp mail if you're using the account for a long run, because this account will disappear once you pretty much have a day passed in your time. Okay. So once we've added all of that, it's going to send a verification to whatever email we use. So I'm going to go over to this section, and here you can see it says Beehiiv sent me a notification asking me to confirm my email. So I'm going to go ahead and opt for this, open this up in a new tab, and let's see where it takes us. So Beehiiv brings me here. It says verify your phone number. And that is exactly what I'm going to be doing. You're going to choose your country. And once you have chosen your country, what you're going to do from there is you're going to add in your phone number. And once you've added in your respective phone number, you're going to click on send code. Okay. Now, once you have sent the code to yourself, what you can do is you're going to wait for the email to reach your phone. So my code has just reached me. It is 091. Now, once you have added your verification code, it's going to load you in. Okay. So simply wait for it to bring you to the onboarding. And here it says, what is your newsletter experience level? This will basically help you. So what we're going to do is over here, it's going to ask you experienced. I have an existing newsletter. I'm a beginner or curious. I'm unsure but interested. So I'm going to go with, a beginner and click on continue. Now here it says, now for our favorite part, let's create your publication. So you're going to give it a newsletter name, first of all. So I'm going to call it test 1. Okay. Now it's going to also give you a subdomain name, which is going to be a subdomain for not only your newsletter, but your website as well. Now it's also going to ask you your newsletter logo. So I'm just going to add any random logo for myself. And once we have added something like that, you're also going to go ahead and add in any other previous design schemes that you have. So what's your newsletter about? It could be about art, astrology, etc. So I'm going to make my newsletters about headphones. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead with gaming. Okay, let's go ahead and write gadgets. And let's go with something like, technology or headphones, something like that. So now once you've added in your tags, you're going to click on continue. And now that we click on continue, it says, how did you hear about us? Check all that apply. So you can go with anything like YouTube, influencer, whatever you found them through, or you can skip it if you want to. So I'm going to do that. It says, are you publishing a newsletter on your own, or are you publishing on behalf of an organization? So I'm going to go with solo creator. You can go with an organization if you are working with an enterprise. Now it says, what is your primary goal Beehiiv can help you achieve? So become a full-time creator, explore a hobby, earn supplemental income, etc. So I'm going to go with become a full-time creator and earn supplemental income. So once we do that, we're going to click on continue. How often do you plan to publish your very own newsletter? Okay. So you can go with monthly, bi-weekly, weekly, daily, more than once per day, etc. So I'm going to go with weekly, and we're going to click on continue. Now, once you do that, here it says you're almost in, just one more step to go. So you can either get started with launch or trial on their scale plan. They will not ask you for a credit card. I'm still going to go with the launch plan, and here we are. So this basically sets us up and brings us to our dashboard. Now, in our dashboard, what basically goes on is over here, you manage all of your publications, all of the analytics of those publications, and all the steps that basically lead you to building a strong post newsletter, or a strong website to actually engage with your audience. So to pretty much go ahead and get an idea of all of this, first of all, what you're going to want to do is you need to realize that to send newsletters to someone, you do need an audience. So to get an audience, what you're going to do is you're going to come here and you're going to click on subscribers. Now, once you click on subscribers, you can import subscribers from any platform that you have. So you can start a new import with any, CVV file, different types of CSV files, comma, separated value files, etc. So just import subscribers in from those sections. And once you do that, you're pretty much set to go. So once you've added your subscribers, you can also create segments out of those subscribers. Whatever subscribers you have, you could create different segments for different categories. So let's say if you have subscribers for the launch of a product, you could create a segment for that. If you have different subscribers for the branding of a product, you could have a different section for that. So just like this, you're going to create segments according to the different regimens that you have. Now moving on, you can name your segments anything. Like let's say I'm going to go with subscribers for, let's go with branding. Okay, once we do that, we have our description. In this list, we have people that are attracted to our design and branding. Okay, you're going to add that. Now it's going to ask you your segment type. So first of all, we have a static segment where set conditions to create a segmented group of subscribers that will not be automatically updated after creating. Then we have dynamic, where you can set conditions to create a segmented group of subscribers that are automatically updated daily. And then we have manual, where we can upload a list of subscribers that are not automatically added. Okay, so just like this, create segments for yourself and a whole lot more. Now, moving on, let's actually go ahead into writing something. So for that, we're going to come here where it says start writing, and you're pretty much going to start off with a draft. Okay, so this is your draft. Now, it's basically called new post. So for the new post, first of all, what you're going to be doing is you're pretty much going to go ahead and add different, things in this section. So we have our subject line, we have all the other things, etc. Now, in this new post, obviously it is currently a draft. So if you want to go ahead and, manage content tags and manage the post that you are currently in, what you can do is you're going to click on edit. Okay. Now, obviously on the free launch plan, you can't go ahead and edit these types of things. So if you do want to go ahead and get, the upper features for yourself, what you're going to do is you're going to come over to upgrade. And once you come over to upgrade, what you can do is you can start a free trial for yourself. Okay. And obviously, again, I told you that starting a free trial does not require any type of credit card. Okay. You can simply start it off here, and there you go. So now we have a free trial for 30 days. How incredible is that? Not a lot of platforms out there give you a free trial without your credit card and just give it to you for 30 days. Okay. So here, now what you can do is if we go ahead and click on start writing, it's going to give us a blank draft. Okay. And in this blank draft, obviously, what you're going to want to do is to set these things up. Okay. So before all of that, you're going to go ahead and customize your website. Now, here's your website. It brings you over to it. It's pretty standard and pretty straightforward. Pretty basic design of, a general website that you can go with. And obviously, you can open up an example site of how a good site looks. So, it's pretty decent. So I'm going to turn off the example site. And over here, first of all, we have logo and identity. So obviously I've set it a logo already, so I'm not going to change that. Then we have global colors. So what primary colors do you want for your website? So I'm going to go with a dark shade of blue. Okay, let's go a little darker. Get right about here. Then primary font color. Let's say I'm going to go with this on green. Okay. Secondary color. Let's go with a yellow. Okay, there we go. And then we have secondary font color, which let's go with a red. Okay. This is a pretty color savvy page. We have our background color over here that you can change for whatever you want. So I'm going to go ahead with this color, and we have border colors, content colors, etc. Now, once you have chosen your style of coloring, look at that. This is how it's pretty much going to look. Now, what you can do move further on is you can first of all set a font point for yourself. So, whatever type of font and styling you want. Let's say I'm going to come here. I want the Helvetica black for my header fonts. Okay, so there you can see the header font just changed. And we have our global body font. Let's go with Times New Roman. Okay, you can also, by the way, add your very own fonts if you want to. That's dependent on you. And then we have our global button. So on this, I'm going to go ahead with a courier. So once you've added all these things for yourself, you're pretty much set to go with the styling. Then we have radius and shadows. So in our radius and shadows, we have first of all the border radius. So you can make the border radius bigger, you can make it smaller, however you want it to be pleased. Okay. You can also add shadow to your designs if you want to go ahead with this. I've added a medium shadow to every border and radius that I have. You can go over to your global navigation. So first of all, you choose a type of a navigation bar that you want for your website. So this is our navigation bar up here. We have different templates for the navigation bar, and they're going to change along with the different templates you use. Again, background color, I'm going to go ahead with a red. And the text color, let's go ahead with a black text is fine. Then you can change the different primary colors for the navigational button and so much more. And this is basically how you're going to go ahead and set the styles for your website. Then we have our layouts. Okay. You can add different types of, widgets and items in your menu. Like, let's say I'm just going to call this something random. Click on create, and this basically creates a edge in your menu. And now what you can do is you can edit it further on by adding components in it. And obviously you can add components by adding different types of categories and so much more in this section. And then finally, we have the settings. So first of all, we have pixels. Now, this is basically how you can track your meta pixels, your Twitter pixel, TikTok pixel. Pixel is basically what you can use to make money. Okay, it's basically a money making machine. So you're going to want to make sure that this is accurate, okay, as you go on. So moving on from here, you have SEO. Now, SEO is search engine optimization, where you can configure your search engine optimization and make your page stand out much better and make your page pop off much more, in my opinion. Then we have breadcrumbs, where you are a navigational aid that allows users to keep track of their current location on your website, enabling them to share your page and a whole lot more. So this is basically the settings section that you can visit later on. Now, moving on, you can also go ahead and get automations. Now, what is automations? Automation is basically you could say, step where you don't have to go ahead and apply things to your page. Your automation does it for you. Automation is basically a bot, okay? A bot that allows you to go ahead and, get a general idea and get a general look of how, people are pretty much going to go ahead and, automatically go ahead with the steps that you can do for them. So if I want to create an automation, I'm going to click on new automation. Again, we're going to go with a random name, add a description if you want to, and I'm going to click on save automation. Now, once the automation is saved, you're going to add the details and workflow of this automation. So first of all, we have trigger. So I'm going to click on add trigger over here. So let's say someone signed up. Now, if someone signed up with my account, I'm going to save that. I'm going to go with a plus, You're going to send an email. Okay. Now, the subject and everything of this email, we can obviously work on that later on. Right now, once the email is sent, you can, add time delays and wait untils, etc. And once you've added all those things, you're pretty much set to go. So that's how you can assign different things for yourself. Okay, pretty incredible and pretty cool stuff. And obviously, you can create a new email template over here for yourself, like welcome to the space. Okay, and preview text, you can add any preview text that you want. And here you can start writing in things, that you want people to see. So once you've added those things, you can go ahead and preview how it's going to look and everything. And once you do that, you're going to save your automation and you're pretty much good to go. So that is basically how you can, create automations. And, once you've created those automations, you can work with this and make your life pretty much easy. Okay. Your life gets so much easier with automations, and it helps, so much when it comes to working with a big enterprise like this. Now, moving on, you can also go ahead and create polls for your contact surveys and even subscribe forms. Now, subscribe form is a big winner because a subscribe form will allow you to, send out to people and also at the same time manage it. So let's say I'm going to create a subscribe form over here by adding test. Then we have content. You can add in your descriptions, color palette and all. And once we've done that, we're going to click on save. And now that we have this form, you can go ahead and view it out. And as you can see, this is your subscribe form that you can use even in other websites. Like, as you can see, you have full width and fixed width codes over here. And you can add and embed these codes into your HRC tags. You can add them into spaces, which basically give you a pretty general and certain idea on how you're going to want to work with this stuff, pretty much straight away. Now, once you have gone through with that, you can also work with the different, surveys and polls. You can also go ahead and grow. Now, what is grow? Grow basically allows you to scale your page. Okay, it allows you to scale not only your website, but also all the other features that consist with your website. Okay, so grow with the different audiences that are provided. You can use referral programs, recommendations. You even have things like magic links and boosts. So, these things basically allow you to get referred, and it drives subscribers growth through the audience referrals. It's pretty incredible stuff, and it's pretty cool to have in your section where you can pretty much add rewards, milestone emails, additional settings, and a whole lot more. So these are recommendations that you truly will love. And moving on from there, you can also monetize your website. Like, you can add, different types of things like, having stuff like earnings. You can add overviews. You can even add ads in your website to, generate a certain amount of money for yourself. You can also create subscriptions for your website. Obviously, if you want to create subscriptions like, different pricing plans, you can do that. And having subscriptions is a good way to, scale up in the high places in the marketplace. So, these are pretty decent features that this product provides you, and the design features are even better than that. Okay. So basically, this is your Beehiiv and how you're going to be using Beehiiv to create one of the best and most incredible newsletters out there. So, this was Beehiiv and how you can use it in the most simplest and easiest way to create the most attractive and design-worthy newsletters out there. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please do make sure to drop down a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to see more videos like this in the foreseeable future, do let me know down in the comments below, and I'll be making a whole lot more for you. Till then, that is all from me, and I'll be seeing all of you wonderful people in the very next video. Have a great day. Goodbye.